We have literally gone, I think we are at an absolute turning point as far as Bitcoin and cryptocurrency and blockchain. You had Trump just come out and give a massive speech at a libertarian convention backing Bitcoin, backing crypto, which appears to me gave him an edge. If he didn't have it before, it gave him an edge against the Democratic Party, who's been fighting against cryptocurrency. And the Democratic Party generally tends to represent the younger generation, which they are very much involved with cryptocurrency. So you have Trump coming out, you have the FIT21 bill that just passed the House. It's still got to pass Congress. To me, that is basically giving the official signal from the US government saying, hey, we're all in on crypto. Let's fire up the US economy. Let's fire up the US industry, the tech. Let's get this going. Let's all start getting involved with the currency. One of my favorite YouTube channels to follow as of recently is the Daily Bitcoin by Swan, and they're usually 8 to 10 minutes or less, and they're just very concise, very good. So I want to play some clips from it that talk about this FIT21 and just kind of what's going on. And there's some funny clips in here too. So we'll get started.
Overnight, America has gone from anti-crypto to pro-crypto. Just today, the House passed FIT21, a bill that proposes a framework for innovation and adoption of digital assets. This includes protections for self-custody and transactional freedom. You know, they say gradually, then suddenly. We'll take a look at some catfighting, as well as some shocking comments from people like Brad Sherman, who call crypto a threat to the US dollar and a threat to replace it as the world's reserve currency. All of these things are potentially true, but only for Bitcoin. And as if we weren't winning enough for one day, the House also passed a bill banning the Fed's ability to create a CBDC.
See, that's completely forgot about that. Yeah, and we passed a bill basically denying CBDCs. Again, it's got to make it through Congress, but that bill passed the House, which is freaking huge.
We don't win every day, so we're going to take our W's while we can. From Taylor Greene and AOC.
How dare you attack the physical appearance of another person?
Are your feelings hurt?
Her words down. Oh, girl, baby girl.
Oh, really?
Don't even play.
Baby girl, I don't think
we are going to move, and we're going to take your words down.
This is how serious crypto is getting. AOC is throwing slang. I think she was throwing slang long before
baby girl. Could you imagine calling somebody baby girl in Congress?
How embarrassing.
Hey, baby girl.
Yeah, how embarrassing. Like this,
you could clearly tell she couldn't think of anything to say.
Here's some of the baby. The ghetto was coming out. She would have been pulling hair for sure if they had been next to each other. Here's some of the meat and potatoes of this actual bill.
I specifically like provisions like Section 105, D1, A, and B. This section explicitly prevents the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network from issuing any rule or order that would prohibit U.S. individuals from maintaining hardware or software wallets. This means you can securely store your digital assets without fear of new regulations forcing you to rely on custodians. Here's another good bit on transactional freedom.
That has been one of the major discussions here that we've heard over the last couple of years, is that the U.S. government's going to take away our ability to hold our own crypto and Bitcoin within a wallet ourselves, the self-custody. You're going to have to hold it in a exchange or a bank. That's kind of been, for me, that's almost the number one thing that was going to happen, you know, to watch for. Basically, that was going to be like step one, is you don't get to, yes, you can own crypto, but you don't get to own it yourself. You got to hold it in a exchange or a bank or you know, somebody that knows better than you do.
Which is why we're in the current situation that we are in, is we let banks hold all of our money, and which is why crypto is what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's why it exists in the first place. We don't want anybody else hold possession of it, peer to peer.
Here's another good bit on transactional freedom from Section 105(1)(b). The freedom to transact. It ensures that individuals can freely conduct transactions with their digital assets for any lawful purpose. This is a great step in the right direction, and they propose a lot of rules and regulations about who would regulate, who would oversee these sorts of things, and what things they would do in order to prevent illegal or unlawful activity from happening. There's a lot of gray area there, but this at least gets us on the right path to start thinking about reasonable regulation. It was a pretty bipartisan effort, as 71 members of the Democratic Party voted in favor of the bill.
So 71 members, pretty impressive. I'm going to play this next clip, and I know I'm biased. I know I'm biased towards crypto and Bitcoin and stuff. It blows my mind how ignorant some of these people are with this stuff. And it's like, I don't know that, do they not hear the own words that are coming out of their mouth? So maybe I'm making a bigger deal of this than maybe you'll see, but I'll just play the video. Here we go.
You have staunch opponents like Brad Sherman.
It creates a competitor to the US dollar, which has one advantage. It's right in the name, hidden money. Hide your money from the IRS, from our sanctions enforcers, from everyone involved in the US government. And then finally, crypto declares that it wants to partially displace the US dollar as a reserve currency. If it's successful in that,
Yield 30 additional seconds.
The gentleman's recognized.
You have to understand how important it is. We, frankly, are not fiscally responsible in this house. We don't collect near as much taxes as we spend in benefits. Do that without too much harm because of the role of the U.S. dollar as a reserve currency. We have fiscal policies that would make Argentina blush, but we're able to do it. The crypto bros see the incredible amount of money and power the U.S. government has by being the world's reserve currency, and they say no, they want to appropriate them from themselves.
It seems like he's pinpointed all the problems. It's like, look, we're terrible with
But it's okay. It's okay because we're in control.
Yeah.
We can do these things that are completely wrong and illegal and bad for everybody, but we're in control, so It's okay.
Right. I thought he was going to make a clever point at the end, but it never did. It was just like, hey, look, we are terrible at this. So we need this backdoor way where we can just keep printing money. If we have to use actual money or an actual currency, we would be screwed. It's like, yeah.
I mean, he flat out says it's cool that we're, we might have problems, but we can inflate the currency and take care of those problems. So don't you sweat it. But you as an individual, you better not have any control of your own money because you might do something dumb with it.
Right.
Like, what? Do they even hear themselves talking?
It can't be any dumber than what's currently being done with it.
I think we are turning a corner. I think just in the last week, again, with politicians coming on board, clearly they're understanding they've got to get on that. You either get on the side of crypto and Bitcoin or you're going to lose. I feel like is what they're saying. And then they're passing it through the House, not only to give you more access to crypto, but to allow the U.S. to participate in its advancement and get on board with that train, and a bill that is preventing CBDCs. Like we've done, to me, it feels like a 180. Oh, and of course they passed the ETH ETF at the last minute, which was, completely mind blowing. So it's like we've done a complete 180, and yet the market is still just kind of chopping around. I really thought it would explode up, which it always can at any minute, but man, it's crazy what's happening. So anyways, that's my point to this rant and this video is Bitcoin Daily. Awesome show, usually 8 to 10 minutes or less. Really good information, concise, and usually pretty entertaining also. So man, it's going to be, I think we're turning the corner. It's going to be fun.
Do you know what we're here for?
You know we're here about
just
AG.
I don't
point
think
of-
you
point
know
of
what
order.
you're
Can you
here
hear that?
for.
Well, you the one talking about. I guess
I
you
think
still
your
stuck in the
fake
courtroom.
eyelashes are messing up.
No,
what you're
ain't
reading.
nothing.
Hold on.
Listen.
How dare you
Meeting will
attack the
suspend.
physical
Meeting will
appearance of another
suspend.
person?
Are your
Move
feelings
her
hurt?
words down.
Oh,
Oh, girl, baby girl.
oh, really?
Don't even play. with me.
Baby girl? I don't think
we are gonna
so.
move and we're gonna take your words down.
I
Thank you very
second that motion.